welcome back everyone, hope you're having an awesome day, and today we're going to be doing, we'll just be breaking down the dev stream episode 4. They've done a couple of these, obviously it's the 4th one, but like the first one was Rise of KYOSHI. When they announced that, they went through like the whole event and stuff that you can do in that. Episode 2 was like Hegemon's Folly and a couple of things like that. Episode 3 was Prison Break, when they announced that, going through like this is the next iteration of the story we're going through. And then we have DevStream 4. A lot of things to kind of break down here. We've got like a new Zuko and Iroh from when they were in the Earth Kingdom. Basically like when they were in hiding, essentially. They were runaways from the Fire Nation. You see a little stance down the bottom there. We got some new Airbenders, which is really good. Hope we get at least one free one. Helps people do the Unagi boss battle a little bit easier. This makes it a little bit easier for you. We've got a new, looks like a mercenary group, which is pretty cool. We've got a new waterbending pirate. Which is also, it does say peace, so that'll be interesting to see. So we got a peace one there, and then we have this boy here. I think he's also a pirate, but this is a chaos one. Obviously, they're just kind of figuring out the hairstyles there. And then we have guilds as well. A lot of people have been asking about that. So basically, we'll just go through. We'll just like cut it up a bit easier for you. If you want to watch the whole thing, I'll leave a link down below. Make sure to support them because they do, you know, they give you a lot of feedback and they like running through and showing off the game. So let's get into it. So first off, as you can see just up in the corner over here, just in the corner of my cam here, you've got the event and then an event quest, and it's got the picture of Zuko there. And if we skip forward a little bit, you see a piece, 2 piece units, Zuko and Iroh, with the, obviously like I suppose like runaway or castaway, I don't know what the tag would be, but you've got the Zuko and Iroh when they were in the Earth Kingdom, and then we've got a little fight scene here. You've got Zuko with the blades, and then you have Iroh sitting here, cape flowing in the wind. Got some Earth Kingdom soldiers here. And going on to some art that our boy Dumpster Fire down the bottom here, that's just what they call him. Zen, he's a 2D art designer, he does all these things. Just excellent work, just want to say as well. As you can see, he's got the 2 blades, he's got the you know, generic just like clothing, plain clothing, and the little hat on the top, just to cover his probably cover his scar. But and I hope they do build in the animation when he's like, when Zuko's mother's like, don't forget who you are, and then he does that spin with the fire. That's really cool. If that was like probably not his advanced skill, it'd have to be like he earns like 5 stacks of defiance, and then at 5 stacks, he unlocks, you know, Flame Tornado or whatever it's going to be called. So that'll be really cool to see there. Alrighty, next up we have Samira and Nathaka. We'll talk about these these people over here in the next bit. But we've got Samira and Nathaka, a couple of new Airbenders. As you can see, we've got Samira, young airbending master, already has her tattoos, already gone through the rite of passage or whatever they do for them to get their tattoos. And then you have Nathaka, a bit disheveled as you see, not as bright as Samira, but he's, you know, haunted by things that he's done in his past. They go through all his kind of like a story beat for him, but basically he's traveling the 4 nations on like a soul-searching journey, much like Zuko and Iroh kind of go through when they turn their backs on the Fire Nation. So that's an interesting little maybe a theme for the next update. We'll have to see. Next up we have the Magwai, which is like a little mercenary company. They're kind of like they're more like Batman, if that makes any sense. They basically are going around trying to exact their vengeance and their own form of justice on the 5th nation and anyone they've done wrong by. As you see, you've got Zong Yu, he's the leader. He's an earthbender, which is really cool. And he's got a, I'm gonna butcher this, Makwakwit, I think that's how you say it. It's like an old Aztec weapon, and it's got like little obsidian shards in it. And because he's an earthbender, he can actually manipulate those shards if you like at range, or maybe he can like change it, kind of like how like Kiwok and that have the little like ice gauntlet. He can kind of use the obsidian to make it maybe a bit sharper, or make it like a, you know, a different kind of weapon, which will be really cool to see. And then we've got other Merc. They might get names in the future, but right now we're just calling them Merc A, B, and C. So Merc A has got a sword, one-handed, looks pretty cool. Merc B does have a spear, so it's already my favorite one. And then Merc C is an earthbender, which will be interesting to see kind of how they do their fighting style, because you know, you can be an earthbender, but you can have different forms of how you do like your earthbending stances and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting to see there. Next up, we have a waterbending pirate, 5th nation pirate piece. So just, you know, maybe the next piece in Chaos Banner. This is Ukki, which is going to be a waterbender. Look at these boots with the fur. Might be the next piece unit. I don't know. If not, it's going to be Zuko and Iroh, so that'll be pretty cool. Basically, after the battle at the Polar Refuge, Ukki and the next character we're going to see, they basically turn their back on the life of piracy. They don't want to live like that anymore. They want to rejoin the Four Nations and basically work towards that. So it'll be really cool to see. Another Waterbender, which is nice. Again, I would like it to be pretty accessible, but seeing peace up here makes me think it's going to be a piece of Chaos Units. So that'll be interesting to see. And basically the last character we have up here is Amaruk, which is going to be, he's basically like an assassin, kind of, is how I've kind of interpreted how they talk about him. He is very efficient at raiding and all that stuff. Might have some stealth synergy, just, you know, I'm just thinking like Kit in my head. If he's an assassin, it might be like if he's in stealth, does extra damage. That'll be really cool to see. You can see they've got a couple of ideas for different hairstyles for him. So maybe like if they add costumes in the game, they can throw this in, and that'll be pretty cool. You can choose which one you want to have on. If you want to have like this kind of hairstyle here, you can throw that on. Or if you want to just have like the basic one, kind of like the Zuko haircut, you can throw that on as well, which will be interesting to see. Does sound like he might be the Chaos unit. So if we have Peace and Chaos, it'll be Ukki and Amaruk. And they're completely new characters that they've designed for this. And I think they've hit it pretty well in the head here, honestly. And last but not least, and the most exciting of all, is going to be guilds. If you don't know what guilds are, it's basically you get a lot of people. They come together and they can work together to beat. They've already confirmed that they've got raid bosses planned. Quick, you know, little side thing, you know, maybe Hanbai, which is like the little panda spirit. That was pretty cool. If not, maybe the bit where Aang becomes the giant fish monster with the ocean spirit after Zhao kills the moon spirit. That'd be pretty cool there. And they've also hinted at 60 people, but not confirmed. They're looking at 60 people, which is going to be pretty big. Most games are like 30 or so people. Like mobile games anyway, like roughly 30 people or so. So 60 is a lot. And on top of that, they've also hinted at some PvP in the future. So guild v guild combat. So make sure to get the best people in the guild there to dominate your enemies. And the first raid boss that they're releasing has been designed by Brian. I can't say his last name. There we are. Brian, I even spelt the name wrong trying to look it up. Brian Konietzko. So this boy here basically was the co-creator and executive producer of the Avatar series, which is just kind of hype that the original creator is going to make a monster for the raid. The first raid of this is going to be, it's pretty hype, not going to lie. So all in all, a lot of cool stuff coming in for the future of Avatar Generations. Really excited for the Zuko and Iroh to come out. Even the assassin, as I said, if he has like a stealth mechanic where like if he's in stealth he does more damage, that'll be really cool to see. Where was our boy Amaruk, I think it was his name. But yeah, I will say this, they've hit it out of the park so far with the game. Music is on point, art is on point. I'm loving everything about it, so really excited for the future. Hope you are too. Let me know down below. As I said, link down below if you want to watch the whole thing where they explain everything and their logic behind it all. But until then, I will catch you all in the next video. Peace. I don't know what that means. Why did I say that?